All right, you guys, very excited. This week you are going to be completing your first formal writing assignment. So I'm going to go over a few things that you will need to master before you do that. So today you're doing a no writing assignment. You'll have a little bit of time tomorrow to work on this as well. And then I'm also going to be introducing that writing assignment to you tomorrow. Okay, so let's just go over a few things. All right. Today's no writing goes over the following: recognizing strong topic sentences, providing strong context for literary evidence. I refer to this as your quote introduction. And then finally, using strong reasoning to connect claims and evidence. That's just your analysis. So, first thing, recognizing claims. So, your claim is your viewpoint. That's like going to be your topic sentence of your paragraph. You're just going to be writing one paragraph. So, in a single paragraph essay, you start with your topic sentence. If we were to be writing a 5-paragraph essay, your first paragraph would be your intro, and then in that case, your very last sentence of the intro is your claim, because you always start your intro with a hook and some background knowledge and then that claim. But again, in a single paragraph essay, you just get straight to it. Your first sentence will be your claim sentence. So let's look at the following, right? Your claim should always be arguable. So out of these three, try to determine which one is the most appropriate. So look at claim A. School uniforms strip away a student's identity. Does that show the writer's viewpoint? Yes, it does. Can people disagree with it, right? Your claim should be arguable. Yes, they can, right? There's plenty of people who think, no, it doesn't. Students can still wear accessories, etc. All right, B. This paragraph is going to talk about the connection between uniforms and identity. So there are a couple of things about this claim that do not work. So the first thing I hate is that line. This paragraph is going to talk about. You never ever need to acknowledge that you're writing a paragraph or an essay in your actual assignment. Don't do that, okay? The last thing it doesn't do is it doesn't really show the writer's viewpoint, right? It's just saying we're going to talk about the connection. It doesn't show how that writer feels. Okay, option C, I believe school uniforms strip away a student's identity. So it does show the writer's viewpoint, but there's one thing you should never do. In a formal essay, you should never include yourself. Okay, so get rid of that I. You can't have I believe statements. I know this is your belief if you just say it directly. Okay, your name is at the top of the paper. Okay, moving on to your quote introductions. Um, you need to be providing context for your reader. So context is the circumstances that form the setting for an event, statement, or idea. Your reader needs to understand what's going on before you just throw in textual evidence or you throw in a quote. So in order to provide the most appropriate amount of context, you need to include three things: the plot, so what's going on in the text, who's saying it, and to whom they are speaking. So in A, the show says, comma, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E means you are, and Y-O-U-R means you are. As a reader, you might be thinking, excuse me, what show are you talking about, right? So this is obviously from Friends. So that's not enough context, okay? We're not having enough background information. I don't even know who says it. I don't know who they're saying it to, so on and so on. B, after fighting with Rachel, Ross condescendingly points out flaws in her writing by saying, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E means you are, and Y-O-U-R means you are. So in this case, we know who's saying it, right? Ross is saying it. We know to whom he's speaking. He's talking to Rachel, and we know the context, right? This is happening right after a fight. So I would say B would be pretty darn good. Okay, that was a good quote introduction. Finally, C, Ross says to Rachel, comma, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E means you are, and Y-O-U-R means your. It says who said it and to whom he's speaking. What's missing, and probably the most important thing, is the plot. You want to provide a little bit of info for your reader. Do not assume your reader has watched whatever show you're talking about or read whatever book you're talking about. In this case, right, you're going to be analyzing that text Hair by Malcolm X. Do not assume your reader knows who Malcolm X is and what that text is about. All right, the final thing, and maybe the most important, is your analysis. Usually this is the weighted part of your rubric. So this shows your original thought, and that's why it's important. So you always have to make sure you're staying focused in your analysis. Do not get off topic. It needs to be connecting to your claim, and it needs to be connecting to your textual evidence. So it all needs to be cohesive, okay? Do not just simply restate the evidence. Do not paraphrase your quote in your own words, right? That's just saying the same thing twice, and you always want your writing to be concise, which just means like direct and to the point, never be redundant like that. This is an example for a text you're going to be reading second semester, Animal Farm. So in this example, I'm using this quote, okay? Like the sun in the sky, and you're always going to cite, we'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? Which one is the best reasoning? This is a simile because he is comparing Napoleon to the sun in the sky by using the word like. A simile is a comparison that uses like or as, okay? It's just saying he's like the sun in the sky. In no way are we really seeing this author's original thought. He's just telling me the definition of simile, and I promise you, I know the definition of simile, okay? So look at this one. This one is much stronger. Light is often a symbol of hope, like the light in the sky that rises each day. Napoleon provides hope to the farm animals on a consistent basis. While this is completely illogical based on the truths of the farm, the animals are not smart enough to see through the pig's deception. This is an analysis. This is breaking down that simile and trying to figure out how Napoleon is actually like the sun in the sky. This shows me that writer's original thought. Okay, so that is much, much stronger. All right, tomorrow I will introduce the writing assignment to you and you can begin drafting. Today you should be working on no writing. Remember, you have the lesson buttons in no writing to use and the hint button. If you get stuck though, even after utilizing those tools, please reach out to me as soon as possible. We will likely need to do like a Google Meets video just so I can see your screen and help you out, okay? But do not just stick there for days, okay? Good luck.